Hi again. It is January 7th, 2017, 3:23 p.m. Central Standard Time. I goofed up. I tried to do too much, too fast, and I had the first big anaphylaxis attack that I've had in a while. One of the worst ones. I ended up, I didn't go to bed till late. I was already exhausted. I shouldn't have stayed up late. But I think the excitement of getting the, diatomaceous earth and doing the homemade kefir and things like that. Just doing more than I normally would, and then stress, because I've got more paperwork to do from Department of Family Services. It's like they are only supposedly reviewing my case once a year, but it's an onslaught of paperwork from them all the time. It's constant. It's nonstop. The letter I got one report in November, turned it in. No sooner got that turned in, 2 days later, turned around in the mail, another one. Got that turned in. And these are pages and pages of stuff. And when you're having brain fog and eyes that won't focus right for any length of time, it's frustrating, and stress makes you degranulate mast cells, and voila. So between being completely worn out, too tired, because I was trying to do the kefir, all these other things I'm trying to get done. Yeah. Anyway, this letter says that I was randomly selected for a quality control review. Wow, thanks, DFS. I appreciate that. Like I don't have enough stress already with your constant paperwork. You're gonna do this now? So, they sent me paperwork, and then not only that, but I got more paperwork from them yesterday saying we need a copy of your bank statement to go along with the application you just turned in. You know what's funny is you sign releases for them. They can look up your bank account stuff anytime they want to. So this envelope, postage, sheets of paper, ink are a waste of taxpayers' money. And this is a tiny one compared to what you normally get. Normally you get, here's one envelope, page with their card, business card, and then oh, here we go, more releases to sign. And this one's for my financial institution, and then the next one says I need to give this form to someone unrelated to me that doesn't live in my home. this person that I give this to has to verify that I live at my address, has to verify how many people are living in my home, if there's been any changes to my household since January 13th of 2016, and they have to sign address and phone number and date this. Really? Really? Then I was given a release information, authorization for release of information form. I have no idea what that's even for. 2 of them. And they say that I have a special appointment. Keep in mind, it's all I can do to get to doctor's appointments, and I have to medicate myself like crazy just to go shopping. That was the first time I went shopping in 2 months. The other day, and it took a lot of medication to make it so I could get that done. So this appointment is set, and you don't get a say in the appointment times. They set it for you, and you better show up. January 17th, 2:30 p.m. And I need to bring photo ID, reference letter, bank statements, mortgage or rent along with me. Plus, I'm guessing, it doesn't say anywhere on the, oh, maybe it's on the back. Oh, information about your quality control review. How did my case get selected? Each month, about 100 Missouri food stamp cases are randomly selected. I bet that is a freaking lie. What happens if I decide not to cooperate? Your case can potentially be closed for up to a year for non-cooperation. You know, send your MFing freaking review to the drug addicts that you have on food stamps and stuff, please. Please, please, please. Not sick people, for God's sake. I'm probably going to end up having to freaking use an EpiPen because I'm so stressed out right now. You would think I had a full-time job based on the paperwork I get from Social Security. And I've been fighting them for 16 years trying to get help. Between that paperwork for HUD, so that we have a roof over our heads, paperwork for DFS, constant. Supposedly you're only reviewed a year. Once a year. They send me 15-page, 16-page reports every 3 months. So what's this once a year review supposedly? Because they're lying their butts off. I've got the paperwork to prove it. Not only that, but they decide to send you for a psych eval every time. And this is Department of Family Services, Missouri. They send you for a psych eval that is in an office that has had dogs and cats in it, which I'm highly allergic to, scents that I'm highly allergic to, and I have to go to that appointment. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you get to sit there no matter what the temperature is, no matter what the air quality conditions are. You get to sit there for 6 hours filling out paperwork and going through a verbal review with the psychologist. Don't get me wrong, she's a nice gal, but you're in there forever. And every report that she makes you do she gets paid for. So, of course, she's going to throw every report at you possible so she makes more money. It's a freaking racket. Now, also keep in mind, she's a nice gal. I don't have anything against her, but she's a quack. Sorry, I said it. She diagnosed me psychologically as basically, what is that? A hypochondriac. Just, it was just a couple of months before I was diagnosed with mast cell activation disorder. Now, when you have leukocytosis, which is a bone marrow condition, this is before mast cell, and you have all the other symptoms I had with the high white blood cell counts, the constant, what they thought were and kept telling me were anxiety attacks when it was actually anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. I was having allergic reactions. And what was happening was not an anxiety attack. It was a release of adrenaline because my body was trying to save my life. Just like it did not last night, in the wee hours this morning between 2:30 and 5:30. I sat there for 3 hours shaking, shivering, and worried I was going to pass out. My son had to sit up with me last night. Yeah, hypochondriac. Fun times. And then after it was proven that she was wrong, I didn't hear an apology. And I'm still getting sent for those appointments. Still. To a person that diagnosed me as a hypochondriac. You know, it's bad enough to be sick. It's like a slap in the face, especially to somebody that's a type A, go get 'em, always on the go person. And then you get to deal with doctors that give you the weird looks, like, because they've been trained by the medical schools that if somebody has more than 1 or 2 symptoms, they're crazy. Put them on antidepressants. Sorry about the rant. But the medical establishment, the pharmaceutical frickin' companies that run the schools. Anyway, so I have to write a report for Social Security to explain why I filed late on my appeal. And then I have this thing from DFS where I have to get a bank statement to them. Then I have this whole new quality control thing that they want me to do too now. All on deadlines. And I'm trying to get my YouTube channel started. What a joke. It takes me forever to do anything because I'm so freaking sick. This is my question. If you are... Let me figure out how to phrase this exactly. I'm so foggy right now, it's hard because of that. Anaphylaxis last night. That's what I get for eating things I shouldn't and being stressed and tired. And I have a sinus infection right now too, so that's not helping. It was just a whole freaking combination of stuff that cascaded into a big freaking anaphylaxis attack this morning. Let me figure out how I can phrase this. It is more work and stress to try to get help from the government than it is to work. I spend more hours trying to fill out their paperwork than I would at a normal job. Oh, and get this, for a whole $234 a month since the year 2000. Do you know how much prices have gone up since the year 2000? I was an accountant, corporate accountant. I know how to make money stretch. $234, believe it or not, with the help of food stamps and HUD for the housing, I was able to get by on. The prices of everything have skyrocketed since that time. So now it's not enough. I'm constantly having to borrow money, and thank goodness for my father-in-law, because I'm pretty certain I would be out in the street if it wasn't for him. Anyway, so I'm going to try to work on these reviews for Family Services, finding a bank statement for the other one from Family Services, and reading up, because with Social Security, the reason my appeal got turned in late is just because I haven't felt good enough to do it. It's so frustrating. You don't feel good enough to do their stupid paperwork, but then you get penalized if you don't get it done on time. And after fighting them for 16 years, you feel like giving up. Anyway. I'll do another update later.